Okay, part two. Here we go. Let's see if we can get Kofi on now this time. I think he's ready to join us. So let's see. Kofi, come on. Oops. Yeah, there you are. All right. Request that Kofi join us. Welcome back. Yes. Hey.
Greetings,
Okay.
greetings.
I was like, what is happening? He's not on here. I sent two invitations. Where are you? Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad we finally did it.
Yes. Welcome, Kofi. How are you?
I'm good. I've been having a great day. Just been gearing up for the challenge and course I'm doing called the Magic Manifest Challenge in 2 days.
Yes. Yes, tell us about. Okay, so first of all, Let me pause because I get all excited about talking with people and what they're all the wonderful things they're doing, and I definitely want to share. So I want to just give a little intro. I did in my prior video, but since I have you here now, I just want people to know this is Kofi Kasai, also known as the Mindful Magician, and the handle on IG is at magic.atl. So speaking with Kofi today, as I did inform you all, Kofi is a yoga instructor. He leads meditation. He's also gifted in the what do you call it? The art of illusion, shall I say?
Or yeah, a little sleight of hand.
Slide. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. See, I'm like, you're going to give the people something completely different, right? So, that being said, tell us about the challenge that you are like leading right now. What is happening?
Well,
Oh,
you know, you'll in the course you're gonna learn a little bit of sleight of hand, little things like that, little things of learning card and coin magic, and some of the principles behind sleight of hand and magic that connect to the universal principles of spirituality and religion, self-development, and the universal themes that go into storytelling and how a magician is truly just an actor and a
mhm,
storyteller. And
mhm.
as I've learned from some of the best magicians in my life,
Yeah,
that, the magic is not about the trick, it's about the story and the emotions that you communicate as a performer. In many ways, as you learn this in life, you learn how you can better communicate with people and your own self.
that's beautiful. So much in that, what you just said. The first thing I want to know, I'm very curious about how, because first of all, for full transparency, I know you, right? Like I've seen you grow up from a very young, like a very young man to now this beautiful grown human individual soul. And so that puts me in a position, I think, of a little bit of bias, right? Because I know you, I know your mom, your family. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are just, awesome. But so I want for people who don't know you, tell us how the path, like how you got to become or, evolve into the mindful magician. Tell us about that.
Well, when it comes to, raising a child, I think it always goes back to that beautiful parable about it takes a village. And I could say my parents and the spaces that they put me in at a young age really influenced me to be interested in arts and to be open-minded. And so when I was younger, I went to a camp that taught everything in a circus called Circus Camp in
Yeah.
Georgia. And even before I went that camp, I had an interest in magic and in those things that seemed unexplainable. And
Mm,
so once I learned sleight of hand, it was a way for me to kind of have a direct relationship with those types of things that seem unexplainable through an art form. And so I always go back to I got interested in magic not through the trick, but through this feeling that magic gave me. And so I'd say my parents really supported my interest in giving this feeling to others. And I wanted to start a business. I printed my own business cards and they helped me, expand. And I had my first magic show when I was 10 years old, just
yeah.
my business cards over different spaces in Atlanta. And I put like youth magician and took it to the magic shops and things like that.
Yeah.
As far as the meditative and the spiritual influences, my parents had a deep spiritual journey before they even had me, experimented with a lot of different things. And later in my child life, we only started to go to church later on. And we started to go to the Atlanta Friends Meeting, which is a Quaker church, a denomination of, a form of Christianity where they worship in silence. And so
Yeah.
that was a really good introduction for me as far as learning the importance of consciousness and meditation and silence and relationship to what we may call God, spirit, or even just like, that something that's greater than all of us.
That is really, really beautiful. Now, we've had some new people join us. I want you to just give a little bit more context around your challenge. Like you talked about what you would be doing in the challenge. It starts tomorrow, right?
On the 4th, so 2 days.
Monday, sorry. It starts on the 4th, right? So, which is perfect. We're right at the beginning of the new year. It actually follows tomorrow, which is International Mind Body Wellness Day.
Wow, I
In
didn't know that.
Yes, so I'll be doing a live here tomorrow with a little bit of a special treat with another beautiful sister, Sacred Waters Wellness, if you
Okay.
know her. Yeah, so we'll be on here talking about that and that mind, just what you're talking about, that mind, body, soul connection, and how that is directly related to your health, right? Like you're not healthy if your mind isn't healthy, or your body's not healthy, or your soul. So
Yeah.
all these things go together. So it starts Monday. How long does it last?
It is a weekly. The commitment includes a variety of challenges and exercises that will be given throughout the month.
Mm-hmm.
And it also is a weekly live video course on Zoom call that is 2 hours on every Monday. And so that is, I think, 4 Mondays. And we will be having moments to transform and tap into different practices such as yoga, meditation, as well as learn some sleight of hand and the principles behind magic. And this will be a space to join the community of mindful magicians that I'm continuing to create in this space, as we always have a space within a social network as a Facebook page, as well as other spaces, on Instagram, continuing to grow this community of this practice of mindfulness and the understanding that magic is life. So it's a continuous practice that the challenge just helps you tap into, and it's about setting goals, but the challenge continues every day.
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome. So you're doing this challenge. This is the first time you're ever doing this. Am I correct in saying that? This is the first one? And I heard you say you're creating a community of mindful magicians, right? Mm-hmm. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, like, wow. So there are other mindful magicians out there like you who you are mentoring, teaching, bringing into the fold. And go ahead.
A big part of it for me is helping everybody see that we've all had those moments in life where we became a mindful magician, where we were really present and everything was really exciting and nothing mattered and we didn't even know when the time went by. And it's about learning how to bring that awareness into every moment. So that's what, calling yourself and inviting that label of an mindful magician will do. And so it's just about me helping people see that and then giving them the skills to understand that we are all that, no matter if we know it or not.
Yes, I love that, Kofi. That is pretty awesome. What else? Tell us okay, so the challenge obviously is your main thing happening right now. I imagine that there are some, I'm thinking about this, like there's got to be, or maybe not, but do you think that because this is new, you're presenting this virtually, right? In a non-pandemic world, I'm sure you'd be doing this live and in person. What do you think might be some of the challenges or the things, roadblocks, if any, or obstacles that you might have across a virtual platform?
Well, given that my mother is a facilitator and and I've been watching her build a program, called Listening for Justice.
Yes.
She's been creating a space for racial healing online.
Yes.
And surrounding myself with a lot of research onto how to create an engaging platform on an online workshop. That's not really something I see much challenges with.
Okay.
Other than just me adjusting and knowing the things that I'm learning to use within certain tools. But I can tell you, as far as challenges within the creating the course, has definitely been finding the balance between the fact that I'm going to have a lot of people who want to learn just magic tricks,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have a lot of people who want to just learn the meditation stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
wanting to show everybody the importance of both, and that this is who I am, and you're getting something from a special perspective of somebody who does both. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's been my challenge, but I've learned as I continue to grow in that, just to be really confident in explaining it, and just so people can understand like what this is, and what the purpose is of it. It's about learning the special perspective that I have from someone who's been practicing meditation, mindfulness, qigong, energy healing for about 8 years now, and then
Yeah.
magic, sleight of hand, and theater almost my whole life.
Yeah.
Only realizing the connection between the two and how I could teach it over the last 3 years.
Yes, this is so awesome, Kofi. And thank you for those who are joining us. Hello and welcome. This is Kofi Kasai, the Mindful Magician. And he is sharing about this challenge. Now, is it just for the month of January, or is it January and beyond?
So there is going to be another one after January. I'm not sure
Okay.
at a date yet.
Yeah.
This is really just a launch of me becoming the teacher that I am, and really moving into that. So long term, something I'm not talking about a lot, but there will be a school where there'll be multiple courses online, and hopefully maybe eventually a brick and mortar building. But,
Awesome.
I would just right now just focusing on digital courses and
Yeah.
platforms as a space to teach many different things. And right now, just focusing on magic, meditation, personal development.
Yeah.
And so I did have one other thought that I wanted to share with you, because you asked
Sure.
me about challenges.
Yes.
That weighs heavy on my heart is not just people wanting to just learn magic tricks or just wanting to learn meditation, but also this idea of superstition around not only magic tricks and thinking that all people who perform magic trick illusions are devil workers, but also the superstition around magic as ritual, and magic as invoking spirits or banishing spirits or spiritual energies. These practices are things that I'm very familiar with, and I've practiced some of these things. I don't banish people away or anything like that, but for me, understanding the power of prayer, and using a candle and setting up a prayer in a certain way, in a certain environment, there's a lot of power in that. And I don't talk about that deeply in the course because of superstition. But I do want to touch on some of the principles that you get from ritual and from things like candle magic and things like that. And so, for me, it's about understanding life is ritual, and every breath, every thought is ritual. But you don't have to go and set an altar with a cloth and a candle and pray at a certain time. But when you understand the way you use your mind and you create rhythm around that, rhythm of habit, rhythm of thought, you change your life. So for me, it's helping people step away from the superstition of that and move into the logical understanding of it's just a tool of how you use your mind. And if you want to get deep into that, maybe I'll teach courses later on that. But for me, it's just about the core of it is using your mind, using your breath, using, your emotions, and understanding people and communication.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so listen, Kofi, you giving us a lot. This is just so powerful for me. First of all, you in my world, you're so young, right? You're so young, yet so wise. And you mentioned that you have been on this this path of practicing qigong and the healing and the meditation and the mindfulness for 8 years. Now I know how old you are, but like 8 years, like you were just a baby. So I'm so fascinated, and I'm elated. I'm encouraged because for me, you are that next generation coming up of wellness healers that just are powerful beings in the world. So I just want to say that I'm just beyond proud of you in knowing your story and your journey. And I'm very happy to see you out here sharing your gifts. And I think that, for the young people, I say young, like I can say that now, right? Like I'm an elder now. So I say for the young people watching this, think is just inspiring. Yes, alhamdulillah, the walking. I'm trying to get some of these comments as we
The
go.
walking staff. That's my brother Ross. He is an amazing
Okay.
jewelry maker, staff maker, wand maker.
Yes.
In the process of making my first wand right now.
This is awesome. So so that's what I was going to ask you. So thank you for that, brother. He says, Alhamdulillah, praises be to Allah. I know in Islam, that's what it means. Do you have people that will be assisting you in your challenge, or are you doing this completely on your own?
I have a team on the production side, helping me with the calls. But as far as the platform and the teaching, I will have interviews during the course with certain people that will give very insightful information. But I'm going to be there to direct and structure most of the information. But as this grows, I want to be able to train others to do what I'm doing, just like my mother does, so that I'm not the one always teaching this information. And for me,
right,
learning how to structure it in such a way that I can create trainers and facilitators for my own material.
Beautiful. And I know you keep referencing you reference your beautiful mom, whom I also know personally, and so I just want to give a shout out to mom, because she's an amazing soul too. If you don't know who Kofi's mom is, she is Dr. Falami Prescott Adams, and she's not necessarily on social media here quite a lot, but she's on Facebook a lot. But she's on
Facebook and Instagram more often.
In 2021.
I be her new social media manager.
And I see her on Twitter. I mean, I know she's out here. She was recently featured in the New York Times article for her delicious barbecue tofu, and for her celebration of Kwanzaa for over 40 years. She's definitely one of my soul sisters, and she rose, I say, and I love Falami to pieces and beyond, and so you are a product of her. So I just want to pay a little homage to mom, because she definitely deserves it. And I'm glad to know that you're going to have her on social media, so more people. And so this is the thing, I'm gonna put it in right now, because I want to have her here in your chair, sitting, having the conversation and sharing her with the community as well. I think that would be awesome. So now that I'm talking directly to her social media manager as well, I can just tell you right now.
Exactly.
That's so awesome. So this is what I was going to ask you, because earlier you said that that you're going to have some people who just want to learn the magic tricks, and you'll have some who are interested in the mindfulness and the meditation, and not necessarily the magic, right? So as you have brought people into your challenge, now the challenge starts on Monday, so this is a two-part question. As you've brought people into the challenge, I imagine that people have had to apply, or there's been some sort of like vetting process, like who people, so you can at least get to know who you're going to have in your challenge. So knowing that, how do you think you're going to handle that? Or is that even a thing? Like, do you think that you're just going to kind of like say, listen, this is how it's going to go. I know you want this or that or whatever. Like, what's your approach to that?
My approach has been the approach that I've seen from some of the best courses, which is to know that you structure it in such a way that even if you come from it from a level that you don't know much, you're going to learn a lot. And if you know a lot, you're going to learn a little, and for me, even the core of the challenge in the course is not even about the material, but it's about the exercises and the experiences that we'll be going through. And so I think I'm just excited to see the connection and to see the development that each of the participants have in the course, because I know the things that we're doing are just proven to make shifts in our life.
So is that the challenge? What is the challenge? Like, are you challenging people to make shifts? Are you challenging people to become more mindful? Challenging people to go deeper? Is there a one challenge, or is it a what is the challenge?
The challenge is to become the mindful magician. So, and it's all of what you just said. And so, within that challenge, there are specific things like a daily meditation and daily affirmations that are included in that. But the overall challenge it's more of a philosophical moving into a certain archetype, you know, and that's a certain thing I talk about in the course, is understanding the 4 archetypes of the emperor or the empress, and the king and the warrior, and you know, the magician, and you know, there's a book written on that. And so I just talk about the importance of understanding the characters and the roles that you choose to play in your life. And this is about choosing to step out the victim of, I'm not in control of my life, and I'm the magician of my life. I'm the one who creates the magic.
Yes, that's beautiful. So I want to just, if there's anybody who has a question or wants to share anything, please feel free. Kofi, as we wrap up, I want to ask this question. So at this point, is your registration closed for the challenge? That's number one, right? So because I know you said it starts on Monday, but you will be doing a future. So I want to let people know how they can learn more about the challenge, number one, if the challenge is closed from Monday, or do you take like a maximum number of people and then close, or you say, you know, you have to register by such and such a date because you have materials to prepare, I imagine, and get out to people so that they are ready for your course. So just some of the logistics around that for those who may have missed this opportunity if it's no longer available. And then I know people can also go follow you out on magic.atl and learn, you know, just kind of check out some of the things you have. So just give us just a little bit more about the course. I find the course so fascinating. So I want to give people as much as possible in our conversation here. And we also post this up on our YouTube channel. You do have a question. So, okay, so question, what do you do in a case like, for example, you're performing a trick and someone is questioning you on your trick? Like example, if I believe, I'm not sure if that's the whole, okay, here we go. If you perform a trick and then they ask you, let me see the cards or this and that, and what you would need to do in that case. Okay, so, and I've seen you handle this. So I'm gonna go ahead. I think what they're saying, like, you know, people say, oh, how'd you do that? Or let me see the card. Like, no way, like they're not believing what you're doing.
Exactly. And, you know, this is a good magician friend of mine, Rico. And I would just say really briefly, you know, because there's so many things that you could do in that situation. It depends on the person and it depends on the type of trick.
Right.
On so many different things. But I would just say a big thing that a lot of magicians don't understand is how to have fun with the hecklers and how to put them in a power position. Because oftentimes that they just feel like they want to show that they're somebody or that they have authority in the situation, and that's what hecklers are. And
or they want to poke holes in what you're doing and saying, like, invalidate what you're doing.
Exactly, but a lot of times that comes from a position of authority. And so if you allow them to become the spotlight, either they get to do what they wanted or they get to realize they weren't ready for it. And so either or, it becomes this fun improvised thing that when a magician knows how to go with the flow and to read people and be empathetic, which is something I'm teaching in the course, which is a good magician understands empathy, how to read people and work with their energy. You can go with the flow. But most magicians work on a script. They work on thinking like they got to go through this exact how it's going to go with the trick, and it's got to flow this exact order. But, you know, it's important to have that structure, but leave an open structure so that, you know, part of your structure is working with your crowd. So I would just say that. But as far as any more questions, I would just say, you know, we could definitely sign up for the course.
Yes, sign up for the course, Rico. Rico got a lot of questions here. So I know he knows how to find you as well. So you know who your mentor is here, Rico. Jump on over to @magic.atl and you and Kofi can have a continued conversation. As we wrap up, just finally, Kofi, as I asked prior, if you could just share first of all, first question, is the course closed right now? It's starting on Monday, so is it closed to enter? If someone wanted to enter today as a result of seeing this conversation today or tomorrow, is it too late for the challenge? And then if it is, you mentioned earlier that you plan on having a second challenge or presenting the course again, I'm sure after you launch this and do some learnings and takeaways from this experience. you'll regroup and come back again. So any sense of time, although you don't have an exact date, are you thinking a second one in the first quarter or perhaps in the second quarter? What are your thoughts around that? And then we will wrap up.
I know that, let me start with the first question,
Yeah.
which is, there's 24 more hours for you to register. If anyone would like to register for the
Okay.
Manifestation Challenge,
Okay.
you can join now, and the link is in my bio.
Okay.
And if you want to direct message me about any more info, any questions that you have about the course, you can reach out to me directly. Again, you know, this is all about us tapping into our inner mindful magician, coming from the perspective of somebody who's been practicing magic and sleight of hand pretty much their whole life, and practicing and teaching mindfulness meditation for 3-4 years. And we will meet the first day, January 4th, from 5 to 7 p.m. And
Okay.
this every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m. after January 4th for the remainder of January.
Okay.
After the course is over, there will be opportunities to continue classes, whether that be one-on-one or whether that be courses that I release in the following months. As far as the dates that is coming out, that is to be announced. I haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
And there was anything else? I had some notes here about that.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, so you said the coming months, but you're not necessarily sure if it'll be first quarter, second quarter, in terms of the challenge itself, right? Like, I know you'll be doing this course, but you haven't decided in terms of timing of the year. Okay, so that's, yeah, I got it. Do you have a website?
No, I don't have. I have a landing page, but I don't have an exact website right now. So people who want to reach out to me, it's either through Instagram or through my email or number.
Okay.
And like I said, there will be opportunities for consulting, one-on-one teaching, and there will be other group classes definitely next month. I don't know what quarter, beginning first. I haven't decided whether we're beginning yet. I might want to break after the challenge.
Right. Who knows energetically how that's going to leave you, right? Because you're working with a lot of energy, and so you have to allow yourself space. And I love that. That's a very mature way to think about it, and at least plan in advance to give yourself some space. Like, I don't really know, but like, you're launching this thing, and we're gonna see how it flows. So that's another way that I believe you demonstrate this concept of mindfulness. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I launched my Patreon for Mindful ATL, which is my brand centered around meditation. And part of my challenge has been thinking about whether I would put the magic manifestation stuff with the sleight of hand and the art of magic based knowledge on the Mindful ATL program, or I should just start my own Patreon for the Mindful Magician.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of that will be figured out by the end of January.
Yeah.
People will have an opportunity to either go directly to the Mindful ATL Patreon, or either or both, where you can learn just the Mindful Magician information, or if people just want to tap into the mindfulness information, that's already available.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants one-on-one sessions with me with meditation or sound healing, energy healing, I teach people how to do energy healing on themselves.
Yeah.
So many different skills. If you're looking for anything holistic healing, I'm also online certified holistic healer. So there's a lot of other things that I know as far as holistic healing and breathing. And if you want to tap information, just definitely reach out to me. And I definitely was interested in doing maybe like a 60-second something together.
Yes, awesome. So let's do it as we wrap up. So I'm going to once again, great people, thank everyone for joining us. Of course, you can watch the replay here. You can also jump on my YouTube channel if you want to share it with audiences outside of, or your contacts or village family outside of Instagram. We'd love for you to share, get to know Kofi. Jump on over to @magic.atl. You have 24 more hours if you want to jump on that Magic Manifestation Challenge that he's starting on Monday. Thank you, Kofi, so much for joining me. I just appreciate and love you so much. Mom, of course, got a shout out, Dr. Fulami. Love her to pieces. So, yeah, you want to close us out? Then we can go for it.
Awesome. So I was thinking about just doing a short visualization really quickly. First, taking a moment to close our eyes if we'd like, and take maybe 2 to 3 deep breaths together. Just releasing and letting go of all we're holding on to. And inviting that magic, that wonder that lives within the heart and the inner child. And maybe by even recalling a moment in our childhood where we were amazed or in wonder. And allowing that feeling of wonder to radiate all throughout our breath as we take a few more deep breaths. And gently opening our eyes and coming back into our body, back into the space. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kofi. It's been my absolute pleasure having you here in the guest chair on Soulful Saturday Conversations. I really appreciate you. I know that you are going to have a phenomenal year because the magic and the manifestation is fully present. I appreciate that closing. I'm here for it. So we'll be back again. I'd love to have you back after you've completed your challenge. Just to share with the people how it's going and what you got coming up next. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful afternoon. Thank you everyone for joining us, and I'll talk to you soon. Be well. God bless.
Thank you.
Peace. All right.